Assalamualaikum everyone. Today I'm going to present about the Mackintosh or we call JKR Probes, which is a field test used in geotechnical engineering. Basically, this test is a lightweight penetration test where a root is driven into the ground and we count how many blows are needed to push it into the ground, into the soil. This method is commonly used by the public work departments or JKR because it is simple, fast, and practical for site works. The objective of these tests are to determine the soil strengths at different depths, to estimate the consistencies of the subsoil layers, and to decide whether the soil is suitable or not for the construction. Next, let's look at the equipment that we use for this test. The first one is we need to have the steel rods connected with a cone tips. Usually we use a 60 degree for JKR props. And then the second one we need to have the standard hammer with weight 4.5 kilograms, measuring scales and the extension rods if the deeper penetration is required. For the procedure, we start the place the props vertically on the ground surface and then the hammer is dropped freely from the height of 300 millimeters and then the hammer drive the cones into the soils and then we need to record the number of blows required for every 300 penetrations and then the test is continued until we reach the hard layers about 400 rows or for 300 millimeter or the maximum road length is achieved 50 meters. And then the result is expressed as the n value, which means the number of blow per 300 millimeter penetrations. The principle of this test is based on the soil resistance to penetrations. For example, a low n value is indicates for soft soil, and the high n value indicate the stiff or hard soil. Okay, now let's look at a simple example. Let's say the number of the floors is 6 and the penetration is 150 millimeters. To calculate the n value, we need to convert it to the 300 millimeter penetration. So we divide 6 by 150 and then we multiply by the 300. From this calculation, we get n value of 12 blowers per 300 millimeters. This value is then used to estimate the soil condition. For example, a low n value means the soil is soft and n value between 50 and 30 indicates very stiff soil. For sandy soil, a low n value means the sand is loose and high n value means the sand is dense. The graph in this slide also shows the relationship between soil resistance and safe bearing pressure. For example, the safe pressure is about 45 kilometers per square meter and then the allowable bearing capacity is about 30 kilometers per square meter. Next, this test is commonly used for preliminary site investigations, road and pavement design, low-rise building constructions, and identify soft soil areas and also slope or embankment assessment. So the advantage of this test is low cost and economical, fast and simple to perform at site, and portable and easy to carry everywhere, does not require heavy machinery and effects for quick soil screening. And then, however, there are also some limitations. For example, the accuracy is relatively low, and then the no soil sample are obtained. The depth is limited to less than 50 meters, It is not suitable for very hard or dense soils, and the result may be affected by human error. In conclusion, the Mackintosh or JKR Probes is a simple, fast, and effective in situ test, especially for preliminary site investigation in soft to medium soil conditions. It provides a quick estimation of soil strength based on the penetration resistance. However, the results are approximate and less accurate, so these results should be used alone for detailed analysis. Therefore, in real engineering practice, this test is usually combined with other methods such as we have the standard penetration test and then the cone penetration test to obtain more accurate and reliable result for design. That's all for me. Thank you.